And we are live, back to back, like Al Horford and Joakim Noah, back to back,
Woo,
like UConn last year.
woo.
Uh, we are here, man. Men's tournament preview. 94 Feet of Life is the Facebook group. Subscribe, notifications on. Ham is with us tonight. Travis back in the building. We going through the tournament. We going through the brackets. We might have a special guest coming through here shortly. But man, fellas, as the Christmas song goes, it's the most wonderful time of the year.
You already know, man. Down to the nitty gritty, man. It's getting down to 64 teams. We done seen two teams win today. So, hey, let's get this preview going, man. Let's get this preview going, Jay Ham. What you got, man?
Ham, go ahead and plug the business before we get to the getting zone.
Sports 56, 98.5 FM, Memphis, Tennessee. You can find us on the app. We got an app. Yeah, you can find it on the Play Store, App Store, whatever. However you pick up, wherever the fuck you pick your apps up, you can get that junk there. We have YouTube, Sports 56 WHBQ. You can type that joint in. We're also available on the X or the Twitter, whichever one you prefer to refer to it as. Where they're available, with all the live streams. We get down on the happy hour with my man Johnny Radio from 11 to 1. The super producer, Darian Newsom, he's supposed to be stopping by and joining us at some point. Ain't no telling. He be late like this coming to the show, too. He be texting me, hey, Hal, hold that joint down for me for like 20 minutes, man. I got to go get me a biscuit sandwich, man. He made me hungry, so I feel him. But he
Ain't
comes
nothing
in.
wrong with a good breakfast sandwich, man.
He's QB1 of the producers. I'm the backup. He's a starter. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So when he can't get John the message, I'm over there with the headset on. Giving all the signals and this, that, and the other, and the countdown and the whole deal. But we rock out, man. We got a wild show, 2 hours, 11 to 1. And it looked like we got the biggest player of all just
It's
joined us.
gonna
So
be a wild night
We got
tonight.
we got we got Coach MJ in the building.
we got
So
that we got that whole thing cracking, man, from 11 to 1. Check us out. We have fun. We do a good little deal. We sponsored by Tito's and a weed dispensary and some Memphis most respected people and some cool people that come to the studio and hang out with us all the time. Shout out to my man Ray Corey. I came in to produce the morning show this morning. Ray Corey he's just a regular everyday listener, texter, and the whole deal. They had Chick-fil-A up there for us. I don't even really get down with Chick-fil-A breakfast no more, but the chicken minutes was on point this morning. So shout out to my man Ray Corey.
all right. So fellas, this is how we gonna do. So I got my brackets filled out. There's two brackets. Reality and then there's hope. That's how we playing it this year. The reality and then we got hope. So let me start with this. I'm gonna start with the East region. We just gonna go right this. Now, this is an interesting year for me, and the MJ, I definitely want you to jump in. Coach MJ's here, man. This is odd for me. I am not a Duke fan. Never been. Duke is the number one overall seed. And I feel like all them years of Coach K and the quote unquote favorable draws that Duke got over all them years, they told Duke this year, nah, y'all don't get no favors as number one seed. No favors. You got UConn, the 2023, 2024 national champions on that side at number two. Michigan State. We know Michigan State always battle tested, turning tough. They number three. Kansas at number four with arguably the best NBA prospect in the whole thing at number four. And then number five, St. John's. Your back-to-back Big East double winners. They have won the regular season and the tournament back-to-back years.
Mm.
So let's start with the East region. I'm gonna go Trav, MJ. You don't have to give me your picks, like who you picking for each first round, but just your initial thoughts on the East.
I
Okay.
am I am so hesitant on this Louisville and South Florida because your boy didn't put in. I think he'd put in like a 2 week notice or something like that, and he ain't playing. They can shoot the ball. Of course, Louisville can shoot the ball, but South Florida can compete with them.
I got South Florida
They
winning
ain't
that
in
game.
that. They ain't in that tournament for no reason. I'm feeling this out right now as we speak, and I just put USF on there. I got them beating Louisville.
Mikael Brown not playing is big. Like I just don't think you could take off NBA lottery talent and say go get them. I just don't think that's how the world works. MJ,
Okay.
the East, what we got?
I come here bringing facts. You do with them as you will. Since 2000, there has only been one, two, three, four teams, four, that has won an NCAA championship and a conference championship their same year. Okay. Out of those four teams, one team did it. Not only they did it four times, but it was the only time they won national championships when they won the conference championship. UConn. Did UConn win the conference tournament this year?
No.
All right. Knock them off. We not gonna make this hard, y'all. We not gonna make this difficult. I know the hope and the wish is there. Listen, certain teams you have to understand they follow a blueprint and a certain pedigree that helps them with their winning. UConn is the type of team, East Coast team, gritty, tough, high standard. They're not going to just give a game away, especially a tournament championship away, and be like, let's prepare for the NCAA national championship. That's not how they move. Everything that they're built around is continuity, whether it was Calhoun or even Hurley right now. All of it is built around continuity. Not only did they lose to St. John, they got handled by St. John.
Smacked.
Mm-hmm.
That worries me. Just to give you a quick briefing, the only team that has won a national championship without a conference tournament on this list, they did it last year, Florida. That's the only team. The other two teams left is Kansas and Kentucky. So we'll get to those brackets later, but you might want to just X out UConn, Kansas, and Kentucky right now. Just X them out. I'm sorry. It sucks.
And what you got on the East?
I like that Duke got thrown where they got thrown and who they got thrown. But a simple fact, I think they have the most wins against top 25 or quad one wins or whatever the fuck it was.
Mm-hmm.
It was like 11 or 12. So it's like, you talk about battle tested. They battle tested for it. Going back to the history side of it, like you said, Big Shot, they didn't get the favorable draw. But they got a few things that's kind of lined up to allow history to repeat itself or to rewrite some history that they didn't have worked their way before. It's possible that they get to an East Regional and it's in Washington, D.C. Last time the East Regional was in Washington, D.C., they lost to Michigan State. And they lost to Michigan State because they failed to get Zion Williamson a shot in the last 6.5 minutes of the game. But I don't know how the hell that happened. But same venue, same city, same whole deal. We also have a pair of boozers on the roster whose dad was a part of a national championship team that was around 25 years ago. Now, they got a different route. It's not the same route that Greensboro, Philly, Minneapolis like they had in 2001 and they like they had in 1992. Well, historian fact, they kind of had the same deal right there. But they got some key injuries that got people questioning and in doubt. Kind of like when Carlos Boozer broke his foot in 2001 around the same time.
Yeah.
You had this whole ordeal come about with Caleb Foster as well as with Pat Gunn. Gunga's probably going to be back, hopefully, probably sooner than better, whatever. But we don't know about Caleb. But Caleb said he plans on coming back. Just when that doubt started to come in and people like, oh, yeah, St. John's the red hot team. And you're right. And it's y'all the red hot team, and they sent their red hot ass from Queens to San Diego to open up. And the flip of that, the team that they just, as y'all just MJ just pointed out, that they just smacked last Saturday is on the opposite side of that bracket and at a higher seed.
Yeah.
It's Patino. It's not Patino Krzyzewski, but it's Patino, and Krzyzewski is probably his best disciple. Lined up for that. Just when he ready to doubt him, and they still got that foul taste in their mouth from last year, from how they couldn't close the game. And I watched that game earlier, was it yesterday? And they couldn't close the Final Four.
Yeah, couldn't close it against Houston.
They got the National Player of the Year. Let's see what it do.
Yeah, they got. We're going to talk about the freshmen, and now at this stage of the year, and I think Boozer is capable of a Carmelo Anthony and Anthony Davis type situation. So in my tournament notes, I got, who is that guy? Every year, y'all know me. I like the guy that the American Sword discovers. MJ, by the way, we only see like half of your face. I don't know if that's on purpose for the Charlie Sheen action, but there you go. There you go.
I was able to see the full of me when I was doing this.
I can see him.
All right.
We good.
So who is that guy? It's Dominique Daniels Jr. of Cal Baptist. Now y'all like, who is Dominique Daniels Jr., Cal Baptist? He's the fifth leading scorer in the country.
If he's a senior, he's a hooper.
At 23 points a game. And we know 5'10" guard, ultra quick release. These are the type of guys who maybe Cal, I don't have Cal Baptist beating Kansas, but they can make Kansas' life a little bit tougher than it's supposed to be for a first round game.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then in that region also got the best potential matchup. And we talk about, and MJ talk about standards, and you hold up program standards. Michigan State UConn in a Sweet 16 is Elite Eight level basketball. We know, and you talk about the tough, the grit. We play defense, we physical, we attacking everything. I think that could be that's a great Sweet 16 matchup if it happens in the East. Now, Trav, who do you have winning this? I know you kind of feeling this out loud. Who you got winning it?
I got Duke. I got Duke and UConn in the Elite Eight. Got Duke and UConn in the Elite Eight. Duke taking it, going to the dance.
Okay. Now let's swing down same side of the bracket. I'm gonna go back to MJ. Now we go into the South.
Okay.
In the South, Florida to me in the number one seed. These are not the toughest matchups in the world, but these are stylistically tricky for them. There are some matchups where it's like, yes, Florida should beat this team, but it's tricky. MJ, you're kind of your first initial look at the South and kind of what you see.
The first thing that I see in the South as I'm looking at it, I literally pulled it up on my phone. Um, I'm looking at Vanderbilt. I like Vanderbilt a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Let the fact that they lost to Arkansas in the championship game fool you. The fact that they got to the championship game in the SEC and was pretty much ranked top 10 for the majority of the time they were there. This
Right.
team is not a team to play with. They have great guard play. They have bigs that will fight and get rebounds for you in traffic, but still score with you. They got a go-to guy on the wing. That's really all you need in March to be able to make a nice run. And with Florida, the thing that I like about Florida is the fact that they stayed true to their system. They got the pieces that they needed to continue their system. I'm worried if their big gets in foul trouble, what they're going to do. I'm worried about that. So, as I'm looking at this, team that stands out to me, Vanderbilt, obviously they can lose to McNeese. Say it's a tournament. It happens. Houston, I will never count out Houston.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the fact that they got so close the last time. And I think they have the piece to get them over because think about what held them back last year.
Mm-hmm.
They just had they always had great guard play. But have they ever had a guard this poised that you know is gonna make the right decision?
Yeah.
Not necessarily just try to be the hero. I'm gonna make the right decision. And Kingston Flynn is giving me Mike Bibby vibes at 6'4". He just has complete control over the game. Nothing rattles this kid. He has 100% control over the game. So as of right now, I'm looking at the Illinois-Houston game potentially. That's going to be great. I think if that happens, whoever wins that comes out of the South.
Brad, I'm gonna go to you. I think the trickiest part is for Florida is that the South regional finals is in Houston.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're talking about Houston with a home game. We won't even say virtually. It is a home game if Houston makes it that far. Trav, what you got in the South? What's catching your eye right now?
But
North Carolina and VCU. North Carolina and VCU. North Carolina is limping into this tournament, and this is not the way to enter a tournament setting like this.
No.
VCU can play. Them young fellas can play. And I would not forget it. I'm going VCU.
I got VCU too. I just don't think you can lose Caleb Wilson. You expect it to win 2 games.
I'm going VCU. I'm not going to even play with it.
Yeah.
man, Jersey is
VCU.
being retired, and he ain't even played at a national tourney. No, but he put in the work. That's not even a shade shot. He really did.
Nothing wrong with it. It's just the most wonderful time of the year in NCAA basketball, and you're not there.
Simple.
You gotta be there. Guy gone to the league. He's top 10 pick. We know that. 5. And he ain't 5. So, hey, I'm going VCU on this one. Illinois will beat VCU. And then, that's gonna be the game. Illinois and Houston. Two
Illinois,
dynamic.
Houston.
That may be enough. Like you say, one of those games you want to see that happens within the bracket? That is one of those games. Two dynamic point guards going at it. Illinois got big guys that can stretch the floor.
Yep.
And with
Sanat,
Houston's gritty play,
Sanat is
yeah.
hey, draft pick, high draft pick. But I got in order I gotta see that FedEx in these in Houston right now. I gotta see the FedEx in Houston. I'm picking Houston to make it to this Elite 8, but I got to see the FedEx in them. And if y'all want to know what I mean by the FedEx in them, it's lunch pail out the mud. We gonna slow this tempo down. We gonna speed it when we want to speed it. We gonna kill inside. We gonna offensive rebound. We on the flow every single time. Smash mouth basketball. That's what it is.
Houston, what my question about Houston is going to be is there a consistent second and third scorer beyond Kingston Fleming? I think Chris Signac could be the next guy, but it's going to be either him or Manuel Sharp. Because I watched Houston in some big games against Arizona, against Iowa State, and against Kansas. And if the game got over 70 points, that water got a little too deep for them.
Mm-hmm.
They either gonna have to revert back to the defense they played last year when they was holding everybody under 60 and it was tough sledding scoring.
Muddy.
Yeah.
Or they gotta find Signac, Emmanuel Sharp, Milos Uzan, one of them, two of them three have to step up the scoring. Ham, what you think about the South?
Agree with the Illinois-Houston matchup. I looked at that when they were revealing the brackets, like, okay, but then I also went back up top. And I went back to Florida and Vanderbilt.
Bingo.
The first time they played in Nashville, they left Xavier and Lee Jersey in Gainesville. That motherfucker went off.
He snapped on him. He did snap.
Yeah.
He snapped. He snapped.
He pulled off that day. But then they come back to Nashville for the tournament again. It was just boost to ass. You know what I'm saying? The way that Vanderbilt would have batted. But Vanderbilt played like that all weekend. Even with, dealing with Arkansas, like MJ mentioned, the guard play with Duke Miles, Tyler Tanner, and just, they get up in your chest, man. You know what I'm saying? They get up in there and compete. They like to shoot the three. They make their free throws. We can always appreciate that shit around here, around this time of year.
Yeah.
They don't tend to fumble over the late game in the late game blunder situations like we've seen teams do in the past. This is, I say that, let me knock on wood so I won't jinx them. And they have a situation like that that gets them eliminated. But they can beat Florida. They can beat Houston because they have the guard play and their guards can fill it up and can go get those buckets in the timely manner in order for them to beat them. I got Houston coming out of it, but for to continue the Diego Pavia mania that Vanderbilt is kept rolling with this, and then they got Ashlyn Blakes is the leading scorer in the nation with the ladies' first team All-American. The whole deal. Vanderbilt is the shit right now.
Vandy got a whip over there.
The whole bracket big shot, but if I had one, let me get Vanderbilt coming out the South. But I got Houston on the chalk side.
Now, other side of the bracket, we gonna go to the West, and I think this might be the Myron Jenkins Invitational side of the tournament. And the reason, we all love guard play, but this side of the bracket got guards all over the place,
everywhere.
You
talk about Arizona, we talking Burries and Bradley. Wisconsin, the law firm of Blackwell and Boyd. Purdue got the all-time leader, or soon-to-be all-time leader in assists in Braden Smith. And then you got arguably, maybe not even arguably, y'all let me know. MJ, I'll let you chime in first. Arkansas got the best player in the region in Darius Acuff. If you are a guard play connoisseur, the West got something for you in almost every matchup.
Yes.
It's all over the place at guards. MJ, the West. Your opening thoughts.
Shout out to Katie and Lewis and Villanova.
Another one. Yeah.
And also, I will be remiss to not mention AJ DeBonso, who is a big guard at BYU. They play him that way, so we'll give him the credit that's due. The future number 1 overall pick in the draft. Unfortunately, we're not going to even go there. We're just going to talk about this. All right, so here's what I have to say about the West as far as guard play goes. Acuff is probably my favorite guard since Mike Bibby. Favorite.
He got the cut off T-shirt and everything.
I'm
Just
not,
Bibby.
You know what? No, I'm not going to say Bibby. He's my favorite guard since Ben Gordon. I know how I felt about Ben. He is capable. I don't like when guys win conference tournaments and then go into, I don't like it. For whatever reason, I'm just not really worried about that. You want to know why? Because one of those teams I talked about, Kentucky, Trav, who coached them?
Don't talk about it.
Okay, we won't. Who's coaching Arkansas, Trav? Same coach, right?
Don't talk about
it. Okay. So team is very eerily similar to that in a way in which they make you pick your poison. Yes, I love the fact that, Acuff is the one that's getting the love, but don't get it twisted. With that 30 points, it was also 11 assists. You got to worry about Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
You got to worry about Billy Richmond Jr.
Mm-hmm.
If you really think that DJ Wagner is not a pro, you need to slap yourself. Seriously. You got to worry about that. So I think they could make a deep run, and I think they have enough firepower to beat Arizona. So with that being stated, Missouri is another team that I'm looking at. Just tough. They just got the toughness to be able to just make it muddy and make you have to beat them. So Purdue, watch it.
And that shit in St. Louis, too.
I like St. Louis. I like St. Louis a lot.
I'm talking about Missouri.
The game. I'm sorry.
You could get a Purdue Missouri game in St. Louis.
That's an away game. So that's
away game.
Watch it. Just watch it. Like, this ain't the same Purdue that we saw that made it to the national championship game a couple years ago. It's just not. Let's just keep it real.
No, they ain't got the big fella like that.
No.
They ain't got no big fella
like
that.
They ain't got an Edie, nor did they flip anything to where you really have to worry about them. They're going to run what they're going to run. They're easily able to be game plan for as much talent as they have. If you execute your game plan and play as hard, if not harder than them, and some things happen your way, who knows? Mm-hmm. That's how I look at Purdue. So I will give you an upset, though.
What you got?
To me.
Y'all know how I feel about Gonzaga. I never roll with them. So I'm riding with Kennesaw State. And for a bonus, I will actually, y'all not going to like this, but I'm going to say it anyway. I got Mizzou going to the Elite Eight.
Speaking of Gonzaga, the plane is currently on right now. Miami, Ohio, SMU. I think whoever wins this play-in is going to clip BYU 1 and then clips Gonzaga 2.
Well, unfortunately, that's in the Midwest region. I was going to talk about them. That's the only reason why I didn't say it. They're in the Midwest region. They got Texas. The West got Texas.
Yeah. What you may be talking about? That's
okay.
Yeah, they got Texas. Texas won. Texas beat North Carolina State.
Cool.
I can't wait to talk about Miami in a great way. Miami of Ohio, I can't wait to talk about them.
Here's a safe rule to always remember about BYU. They're going to always play Thursday and Saturday on the turn. They'll never put them on the Sunday side.
Mormons.
Like them.
You gotta go to church. I feel it.
You know what, though? Again, it's always one of them games. I got to see No, I'm not going to say. I got to see Arizona and Arkansas. I got to see.
I would love to see that.
I got to see that because that guard play because that point guard from Arizona won Player of the Year
Yes.
in that conference, right?
Hey, Trav, you remember what when Derrick Rose just put every point guard to the woodshed?
Yeah, I remember that run. It started with Michigan State.
Expected. It's just I'm sorry. Unless he's running
I go one round earlier. In Wisconsin and Arkansas Bay. Got Boyd and Blackwell going, and they can get buckets too. This ain't Bo Ryan, Wisconsin.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. They got. I mean, Arkansas, if Arkansas comes out of this as the Final Four winner, which
And they didn't take it too. They sent them to Portland.
they did. Cal said, "Where they got us playing in Iran?" He said that. He said that.
I'm so proud they ain't even been home.
he said that.
Hey, Coach Cal would have played in Houston with spring break.
Hey, man.
I should
Yeah, man. I think if Arkansas comes out of this, we talking about Duke battle tested through the year. This is battle tested in the tournament because, like you said, they play Wisconsin. The law firm got to see Thomas and Thomas and Acuff.
Hey, look, Acuff. You remember what D Rose did to Drew Nicely?
Oh.
All right. Play with it.
Oh my God, man.
No, hey, have y'all been seeing Acuff? Like it's gonna take an army.
I'm gonna tell you like this. Again, we got 3 rules in winning a championship. Good guard play, timely stops, and make your free throws.
And we got history behind all of them.
Arkansas is 2 out of the 3. Me and Big Shot and talked about this plenty of time. If Arkansas plays they get timely stops, they can go to the Final Four.
They got to kind of be like time Lakers were. They really weren't great full time defensively, but when it was
time,
we about to move to the Midwest, but that is my biggest issue with Arkansas not making the Final Four. Mm-hmm. Even with Billy Richmond can't guard everybody.
No.
Yep.
I'm looking at Brazil to be real. If Brazil can rim protect like he did against Vanderbilt, you got you one.
Brazil got a rim protect, and if they end up playing Wisconsin in the second round, you're gonna have to step out there.
Yep.
Because Wisconsin will always have at least 2 stretch 5s, and you're gonna have to get out there.
That's 7 eat and eat Swiss cheese.
You're gonna have to. Yep, they eat Gouda and mozzarella and all of that. You better get out there.
Just corn-fed, bro. Just strong, but can shoot the cover off the rock every time.
Now, also, my who's that guy in the West? And it's appropriate that MJ is here. Because the who's that guy is named MJ. MJ Collins from Utah State.
I like him.
Ultra quick guard. Just that typical mid-major. If I was 6'4", I probably would be playing at a power 5, but I'm only 6 feet. Well, he's tough off the dribble. I think Utah State, Villanova with Arcadian Lewis, that's a great guard matchup. Yeah. Arcadian Lewis versus MJ Collins, that's a great matchup. In the West, though, I have Arizona as the pick. Now, moving to the Midwest. If you like points, the best first-round matchup is 8 Georgia versus 9 St. Louis. That gonna be 1st and 90. Defense optional, meaning you probably won't get played. Georgia, that's an interesting matchup. Ham or Trav, this is where my issue with this. Michigan is the 4th. Is Michigan got a great path to the final, to the Elite 8. They got done.
They got all kinds of pastries and treats for them on the way to get to the Final
Oh,
Four.
they got a great draw.
Until they get to the 8, though. If they get to the 8 and they have to deal with them Cyclones from out of Ames, Iowa, he's going to get pretty real with that one.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Especially if you want to have some good reference on this one, just go back to the semifinals of the Big 12 final with them in Arizona. And how that was like 2 rounds, just going at it head to head like that. Nobody really made like key mistakes. Really just came down to who had the ball last.
Who had the ball last?
He had the ball into his hands. He made a great play. That simple. We've seen Michigan get got like that this year. Wisconsin got them like that.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much got them like that. Well, the best player on the floor was not in maize and blue. That kid Jefferson up in Ames, Iowa, he liked it. I'm
like
just
that.
saying.
He's shooting that much. He's shooting a cup out there, bro.
Yeah.
He's shooting a cup out there.
I looked at that bracket and I'm like, it's sweet for them, but then if they get to the 8 and it's 1-2, that could be a fun one.
Iowa State is like Arkansas. If they play a little bit of defense.
And you know what? 2 out of those 3, they got 1. They are terrible at their free throw line. Iowa State is terrible at their free throw line.
Which is crazy for a team that
shoot well outside.
Shoots so well.
Which means they could lose to Santa Clara. Which means they could lose to Santa Clara. And that is the reason why I never said anything about them, and that is the reason why I am 100% on board with the bandwagon of Miami of Ohio making it to the Elite Eight. I felt like the undefeatedness wore on them. Now they could just go back and play, because the team that I saw in the regular season when they just hooped, it's a tough way to play against. They're out the net with it. Everybody can score it. They trust each other. Nobody cares who gets what. They genuinely have a relationship with each other. They love their coach. That stuff matters in an era where you're getting paid millions to hoop. That matters. Y'all remember Florida Atlantic?
Yeah.
They're giving me Florida Atlantic vibes.
Yeah. And the crazy thing with Miami, Ohio, and Trav and I was talking about this. 31-1, and they end up playing. If they had lost any game in the regular season, any game, they had been playing on ESPNU last night.
Yep.
NIT settings. So we're going to see.
So, had they lost in the MAC championship, would they still be in at large, but not in the play-in?
It's a great question.
It's
a great question. So I have Iowa State coming out of that bracket.
Okay.
Michigan's guard play scares me because they've had the injuries, and Elliot Cadeau can look like Ed Cota some days. He can look like Dugan Fife on another day. I don't know who I'm getting. And I think at this time of the year, your point guard can't be questionable. And I don't know what guy I'm getting this time of year.
That is true, Big Shot.
I don't know who I'm getting. Michigan got a great front court. Michigan got probably the best.
For every Cadeau, you got a Yaxel.
my Dominican nephew, Yaxel.
Hey, I rock with the 7'3" boy. I like him.
I do too.
Great feet.
In a position where he don't have to play out of his mind. He can just play steady and hold a pivot down.
That's with Elliot Cadeau. It got to be steady. It can't be this.
Sporadic. It
got to be this.
Even flow.
Because they got the front court.
Bro. You got everything a point guard could dream of.
Because they got the front court. Johnson, Mara, Lindenborg is a great. That's like an NBA size front court. That's a great.
With skill.
That's kind of like my issue with Florida too. Front court is not a problem. I'm looking at the backcourt that I know was certified last year with all them dudes in the association now.
Yeah.
Now we got a set of dudes that's like, okay, are y'all built for it? We're gonna find out. And the fun part about it when they go back to that potential Sweet 16, they gonna have to probably, if it works itself out, they're probably gonna have to see some other real guards and have to really outplay them. If you're Florida.
Hell, I got a question for you though about Florida.
Oh.
What the hell happened to Boogie Flag?
That's a great question.
Systems.
This is what my concern is. I have the same question.
Boogie Flag, this is not the Boogie Flag from Florida. I mean, from Arkansas.
What?
He has, his potential as an NBA guard has dropped ever since he got injured at Arkansas. He came back in that Arkansas tournament and played very good. Almost beat who was that? Was that St. John's they played?
I can't remember.
And lost
Texas Tech.
Texas Tech. Yeah, that's Texas Tech. Cause they had the old boy, the 6'6" power forward that was scoring for them. Right. It was Texas Tech. And Boogie played out of his mind. But this Boogie playing in Florida
Not the same guy.
is not the same guy.
I think you answered your own question, Trav. I think it's the injury and the confidence behind that injury. I mean, we don't understand the psychology it takes on a person who's used to utilizing their athletic ability, their will, and they just don't have the full confidence to go as max as they went when they were 100% healthy. That takes a toll on a lot of people. And Boogie Bland always played, he got that East Coast guard thing with him in which he could shoot it, but that's not what he's trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
And if you take away a person's will, and that's what he's been doing to open up every other element of his game, and he has to adjust to that, it just unfortunately takes time. And it sucks that he's following Walter Clayton Jr.
Yeah, tough act to follow.
That's a very tough act to follow.
If in fairness, that's when they started playing better though. When him and Xavier Lee started playing better, Florida started being looking like Florida again, but
right.
We'll see what it shakes, because they got drop kick Saturday.
Hey.
And that could have, with Florida and their coach, he probably was just like, call it a mulligan. Let's just look to repeat. So with Florida, I'm going to give them like a little bit of leniency with that. I think they're going to be ready to compete at the highest level. However, I just don't think that they have enough for Houston if they make it that far.
Now, this category, because I know Ham is a movie buff, he'll like this category. This is called Big Trouble in Little China.
Like it.
Low seed, high win total. High point. 12th seed in the Midwest, but 30 wins.
Yes, yeah.
Miami of Ohio, 31 wins, 11th seed in the Midwest. Utah State, 28 wins, the 9th seed in the West. St. Louis, 28 wins, 9th seed in the Midwest. McNeese, 28 wins, the 12th seed in the South. This is another one of our theories. The mid-major with a whole bunch of wins that's under an 8 seed is dangerous.
They are.
All the time.
Yeah.
All the time. So that's big trouble in Little China.
I mean, now, we saw McNeese come out with the big boom box last year. What were they like?
He's back. And he's back this year.
They got the same damage to do back again and everything. So
listen,
and they can get buckets too, because I watched them in that Southland final.
Easily.
McNeese got a guard, freshman guard, Larry Johnson, who I'm not putting no paternity case on nobody.
No.
But he's 6'5", about 215, big guard. Like one of them wide shoulder, tough tweener wings. Tough dude. Fellas, Now, maybe not pick your final four. A team that you look at, you like, this may not be necessarily title contender, but this a team I look at based on maybe where they're seated, the matchup. Like if they can get hot, they're trouble. So maybe a team that's in that 4 to about 6 range.
Okay. 4 to 6, or we can go deeper.
4 seed, 6 seed, maybe not necessarily national title contender, but they catch a hot weekend, they could be trouble to get out.
Shit, Kansas.
Vandy.
Kansas, Vandy. Ham, what about you?
BYU.
You know what's so perfect? This is why I like y'all. Because now y'all just let me right to y'all like James Worthy. Y'all just throw your hand up on the break. I just feed it to you. Because you just led me to my next question. You got Peterson, DeBanza, Boozer. We talked about this great freshman class.
Yeah.
Who is the player most capable of pulling the Carmelo?
Boozer.
Will be Cam because of what he got around to help him get there.
Gotta go with the love seat, man. Gotta go with Cam Boozer, man. It ain't nothing. This might be, man, I ain't never seen a dude work on his game doing games and be successful.
I say Boozer because, again, I had to scout against them in the EYBL.
Mm-hmm. What was that like?
Yeah, all right. First,
Everybody threw his tablet down. He threw his tablet down.
Look, I just told them the plays they were going to run. I told them, give him one dribble, that's it, when he's in that mid-post. That's the best I got for you.
Double.
That's it. Like, blitz him. As soon as you get that one, hey, just blitz him. Don't even.
Ooh.
But the problem was they also had Caleb Wilson on their team. So, yeah. We're not going to talk about that, though. Let's focus. So, yeah, it's seldom you get, like, you know, 2 of the top 5 projected, like, guys on one EYBL team. But what I like about him was everywhere he went in high school, at the highest level, he won. He won.
They said the man ain't lost a championship game since 6th grade.
I don't even like to use the word winner because they usually describe that with like tough guards that like, you know, do all of the small things. No, this dude, as of right now, he's either going to be Tim Duncan or Christian Laettner. I don't know.
To me, and I'm be thinking like, to me, obviously he's a different type of player.
Yeah.
But he does remind me of Christian Laettner at Duke in that game is on the line. Somebody got to make a play, whether it's it's an offensive rebound that we need. It's that trail 3. He hits it. He gets fouled when we need somebody to get fouled. Leitner did that all day at Duke. He just makes the play that you need made. And I think to Boozer, to me, does the same thing.
And his twin brother like Mateen Cleaves. You don't understand how they doing it, but they just get it done. So I ain't named 2 national champions that you could easily have a comparison to. K. Boozer is tough.
You know,
he do it well, but he makes shots.
Ain't got to have no style, no flavor to it, or none of that. They just do it.
Get the job done, man. They get the job done. You know what, MJ? You say winners. That guy, Tim Duncan was like this in college, going into the league, and became a champion because you got some players that win, and other ones they're just successful basketball players. Tim Duncan was a successful ball player. He didn't win the championship, but you knew when he got to the big leagues, he's going to win something significant.
Yeah,
And
easily.
he done that 5 times. I think Boozer is in the same category as Tim Duncan. He's just a successful freaking ball player. If he don't win it, look for him in the league, and he's going to be successful.
We
Our
got
man,
requests.
our man Mo is in the background. He wants to know about the usual 5 versus 12 upset. I will tell you, Mo, the best possible 5 versus 12 upset is probably Akron and Texas Tech. I think Texas Tech is vulnerable without JT Toppin. I
Mm-hmm.
think if Texas Tech had JT Toppin, they're probably not a 5 seed. They're probably closer to a 3. I think that's a tough 5 versus 12. Wisconsin's guards, I think, are a little too good for High Point. Although High Point, we just talked about the 30 wins. Vanderbilt is better. I think Vanderbilt, because it's Vanderbilt,
Mm-hmm.
people are not really completely bought in on Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt is better than 5.
Yeah.
They're they're much better than 5. And yeah, I think St. John's will do what they want to do on Northern Iowa. So I think the 5 versus 12 situation is pretty clean this year.
I think the 6-11 is the new 5-12 for this season.
That's why I was
There you go.
6-11 pretty much took the place of the 5-12, at
Yeah.
least for this.
Yeah. In
That's
Miami
6-11.
right now, as we taping this, Miami is proving themselves on SMU, which could set up a real interesting matchup with Tennessee.
It's how they play, man. Like it's no gimmicks. It's like they just straight to it, and they play with all of the confidence in the world. I really felt like I said, they just gotten a little bit of tight when, that camera started following, and they felt like they had to keep the streak going. Once they lost, felt like that was a relief for them. Now they could just go back to what they've been doing.
Bruce. Oh.
So now here's my final 4 in the reality bracket. I know my man MJ is big on facts and reality, and he don't like living these pipe dreams in this fantasy world. So I'm gonna take hope out of it. The reality, I got UConn, Florida, Arizona, Iowa State in the final 4.
Solid.
Because to MJ's earlier point about UConn, I think they got enough for Duke. I think UConn in an Elite 8. We just talked about Carlos Boozer. So I think UConn, yeah. But before I get to y'all final 4 picks, we got a guest. He joined us. Ham said he was gonna be late.
Yeah, peeps.
My God, what up, man?
On that Memphis time, man. Y'all know what
So
it is.
introduce yourself to the people. Introduce yourself to the people, man.
What's up, man? It's D, man. Darian Newsom, man. Sports 56, man. What's going on?
Darian Newsom, super producer, Sports 56 is here. Darren, we're gonna be off in about 10 minutes. I'm gonna let you have the floor real quick.
Oh,
Your
let's do it.
impressions of you, whether you want to give us your picks, your upsets, your final 4, whatever you want to give us.
All right, I'm actually pulling that up right now. Let's see here. Okay. All right. Man, we just gonna take it straight to the Final Four. Right now, I got St. John's going to the Final Four. I got Houston going to the Final Four. I'm really riding with Arkansas. If you give Calipari a lead guard, go see what he did with Fox, go see what he did with Derrick Rose, so on and so forth. I know Michigan is missing their second leading scorer, but I got Michigan going in there too. So right now I got St. John's versus Houston, Arkansas versus Michigan. I actually think that right now is the time for Houston to cut the nest down, man. He's paid his dues. He's gone through his show calls and all this other good stuff. All hail Kelvin Sampson right now, dog.
Hey, my man Kelvin was the king of the next tail chirp back in the Oklahoma days. You feel me? My boy Kelvin was chirping people all the time tonight.
Hey, and then he upgraded to the BlackBerry in Indiana and got fired.
Oh man, kill him. My man killed him.
Ah,
Yeah, Calvin Chirp so Hugh Freeze can get all the burners.
My man thumbs was going crazy.
Yo. They said
come on,
Kelvin sent
man.
like 2,000 texts. It was some wild number. I'm like, damn, Kelvin.
He got his first chirp from Trav though. That's what
Hey
they
man,
tell him.
I ain't got nothing to do with that,
He
man.
had
Let's say he ain't got nothing to do with
I, ain't got-
that.
I sold the flip phone to Hugh Freeze, man. That's why I
Brad, who
did.
you got in the final four?
They didn't
You
find his
know,
count Hugh Freeze.
So Trav, I want to go Trav's final four, Ham's final four, MJ's, and then I'll actually want a couple minutes because since we got two Memphis people on here,
Yes, sir.
sort of the state of Memphis Tiger basketball. Because I know y'all, I know that's kind of the talk. So Trav, give me your final four quick.
man, my guy just spit out three of the four that he got for me. I got Duke. I got Duke coming out the East. Got Duke coming out the East. I got Houston in the South. I got Michigan in the Midwest, and I got Arkansas coming out the West.
MJ or Ham? What's your final four?
Staying with Duke coming out the East. The reality has got me going with Houston, but the hope, like I mentioned, give me Vanderbilt coming out of that with the South.
Mm-hmm.
Arkansas I can ride with, but I think Arizona's probably just a little too strong for it. Arizona gonna come out, but Arkansas is the hope. I think Michigan got too much in the Midwest.
MJ.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Duke, Houston, Arkansas, and Michigan.
It is. All right. So before we close out, and I think this is probably a topic that's a bigger topic that I want to be more a fly on the wall in this segment because I'm sure they've talked about it ad nauseum. There's probably more coming. Darian and J Ham.
I already know where you're going.
So let's start with the first part.
It rhymes with Anthony, doesn't it?
Penny survives. So what's next? Now that Penny's going to survive to next year.
You know what? Penny's deal was he started coaching at the wrong time. Penny should have came up off of his name, like his elder statesman. When Jim Boeheim walked in your living room, it was a reason Jim Boeheim was in your living room. Right now, Jim Boeheim can walk in your living room, and the first thing kids are asking him is, "Where's the check?" So from that standpoint, Penny's kind of cut off at the knees because of the whole. He can't be himself. You know, you come in saying this little Penny, Tyra Banks, none of that shit matters, man. None of that matters at this moment to certain people. You know, if Penny were to walk in my kid's room, of course it matters.
Well,
But
if he played a crispy video,
hey, it ain't gonna matter because they gonna say where the check at behind it. You know, that's just the day we live in. So from that standpoint, they did the right thing because who are you gonna replace him with? Probably Nolan Smith, who's 2.5 hours east of us right now. But Nolan got to do it again. So from athletic director Ed Scott, he did the right thing. He didn't hire Penny, but he damn sure couldn't fire Penny either. You got to let Penny do the Mike Tomlin dog. You got to let him walk out of here. If you fire him, you may as well go with him, just to be honest. Or
Cost too much.
yeah.
Cost too much.
Well, watch this. I don't even think it's the money because Penny is also where he can't be a booster right now. But you got to think his name is on an athletic building at the school. Like this dude is bred Memphis. He's not worried about the cash. He would walk away for free, like he damn near is coaching for free. If he went somewhere else, he'd probably garner 4, 5, 6 million. I think Penny's making 2.5, 3 right now. His first year, he was making 1. And all of that is built off of, you know, just coming from where he came from. He's little Penny fool, you know. Those were the commercials. So to kind of put it all in a summary, Ed Scott did what he had to do. You have to keep Penny, but it has to also come with limitations and restrictions right now. I'm of the opinion I've seen roller coaster coaches. Go back to Coach K. When Coach K first started at Duke, what was Duke? But we live in a different time now. Man, we're all old cats, man. I don't care about different time. Can you get it right? The next coach may take 10 years to get it right. If Penny can get it right in any stretch in the next 2 or 3 years, I'm fine with it. But unfortunately, he only has 1 year, dog.
Yeah.
It's going to be a much, much deeper conversation about this going at some point. Whenever the hell Harden House opens up, for the simple fact that myself, John Harden, Trav, Darian Newsom, Anthony Sane, and a couple more of us can all be in one room. And we're going to break this whole thing down, not just from the Penny side of it, because we got to break down how we got to Penny to begin with. Because there's a whole lot of misconception that comes with that. A whole lot of stuff that needs to really be brought back up and rehashed. Like Dee was just saying, we're in a whole nother time frame from where me and D and Trav, we grew up with it, where it was on WPTY channel 24, and you catch it on channel 10 at 10 o'clock after everything went down.
You come in with some shoes, ham, and some jogging suits, and I'm yours.
If the Coliseum ain't sold out, or the Pyramid ain't close to sold out, it's a good crowd in that joint. You ain't got that kind of culture here no more. Your students don't even support that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, y'all really not addressing a whole lot of stuff in there. And me and John laughed about it because we were like, we can't say this on Sports 56 because it's a whole lot of racial implications and everything that has to be thrown out there just for what it is.
Ham, I think you can say it here. Hell, the school sponsor us. Like, we can't kill them that bad. Like, they sponsor the damn station, y'all.
I'll say this from the outside looking in, just keeping it basketball. Right now, Penny needs to make sure that he builds his assistant coaching staff to be current with today's basketball. And he has to just let them do that. Stop getting these 6'7" dudes thinking you can teach them to be you. You can't. You were special. And the second he could let that part go, that's a start. Secondly, there are only 1 or 2 directions Memphis can go. Y'all figure out a way to get a top 10 blue chip to start the buzz, or y'all go to Miami, Ohio direction and just build a team that just rock with each other. There is no in between. You build a bunch of talented dudes that's out for themselves, it's not going to work.
MJ, I think you're 100% right, but I think it's the route. The route I think Penny got to go is the hell with it. Let me cheat route. Go ahead and pick up the phone and call Nike. Tell Nike I need blue chippers here in Memphis.
Yes.
I'm not dealing with Memphis boosters. They cannot afford it. I'm not dealing with the city of Memphis. I'm not dealing with Ham. I'm not dealing with D. I'm not dealing with nobody. He needs to go to Oregon and say, if you give a damn about my brand, because I'm going to get fired from the University of Memphis, who is not at the top of where it's supposed to be right now. Penny needs to go to field night and say, save my ass. I mean, simply plain. And that will get you the blue chippers. He may or may not want to do it, but you got to make a phone call and magically 3 Derrick Roses are going to show up at your door.
And the beautiful thing about it is it's a way to do it is you just get the transfers. You don't even got to get the high school boys. Just get some really good freaking transfers.
Y'all remember when they ruled James Wiseman ineligible, but they still went up and they played in the Field Night Classic?
Yeah,
you almost one player.
Yeah. No, I'm dead ass serious, man, because some schools still operate like that. When you cannot get who you can get, they call in the big guns. Dog, Penny has had a relationship with Phil Knight since 94, 95. Like, you got to call in Phil Knight and say, it's some shit that FedEx can't do for me right now, dog. I need you to make these guys, like, maybe not next year, I mean the year afterwards, but for 26, 27, I need 3 Derrick Roses to show up at my door. Like, however we got to do it, however you got to force whoever's hand, we got to flip some commitments. Like, Penny got to say, save my ass, because if you get fired from Memphis, the only other place that'll honestly take him open armly is Orlando, because he's still a cup figure in Orlando. So maybe he can go back to the NBA, but UCLA ain't trying to hire him after he gets fired from Memphis. The man's going to be at fucking Troy. Like, it's like, what are we doing?
You know what though? Y'all talk about the culture inside I'm here to tell these fans, y'all done drunk too much of the blue blood juice. You drunk too much and you thought you was gonna stay there. You're not now, and you're not even that with a caliber coach of Penny Hardaway now, because y'all thought Penny was gonna save y'all by dang. Penny can't even save you now because he's actually getting hit up by obligations and quick calls and feeds and all that stuff from Wiseman and Duran and all that stuff like that. So it's gonna be it's much more to unload with this, but that blue blood juice that Memphis drunk from yesteryear is all gone.
It went down the toilet when Mario Chalmers hit that shot, dog.
It's all gone.
Mario
all
Chalmers
gone.
hit that shot, dog. It went down the
It's all
toilet.
gone.
Listen,
It's all gone.
whether it's I'll say this. First of all, the Harden House opens on time and everything goes smooth. I will offer this. 94 Feet of Life is willing to host this conversation. I won't even be there that day. I will let Ham,
94
Darian,
feet
and y'all can have the channel. Y'all can have we will be flies on the wall.
Production, Big Shot. This is our joint. It's just I'm bringing the crew to the palace for this.
Hey, because I think it is an interesting. Again, as an outsider, I think for me as a complete outsider, and Ham knows my theory on this. The best player on the team can't be the coach.
Oh, hell no. We all agree with it. Everybody in the class that agrees say aye. Like, hell yeah. No, we all agree with that.
Hey, the first year he had Mike Miller and Rasheed with him.
Mike Miller was the second best player on the team.
And Rasheed was the third.
She was second and third.
And she was third. Yeah.
And then I also look at it too. I look at programs like, and again, it's easier said than done. I look at a program like Gonzaga, right? And Gonzaga has run the West Coast for about 20 years now.
Oh, yeah.
Like they have, except for the Kevin Love era of UCLA. And to me, that's the setup. But again, I'm an outsider. But when if the Hard House, let's go with it. Independence, that's what we about. But 94 Feet of Life officially is offering this YouTube to say, hey, if y'all didn't want to have the whole conversation unedited without fear of reprisal, we are here. Listen, basketball for the people, by the people. MJ, Trav, Ham, Darian, we're gonna have to get you back maybe for the Elite Eight or certainly the Final Four. We get you on for a whole show. When the playoff time come around, the crazy part is we 4 weeks from the playoffs in the NBA.
Yeah, it's about 12 games left.
About 4 weeks. So we're gonna have to have Darian back on for that, man. Appreciate you dropping by.
Oh yeah, dog. Any time, man.
Absolutely. Subscribe to the YouTube notifications on Facebook group 94 Feet of Life, basketball for the people, by the people. Signing out.